All right. Welcome, Nexus Heroes, to another Nexus Gaming Series matchup. This time we're looking at Division C West. We got a flex match here between Cats on my keyboard, not Cat, and U.S. Army Esports. While they're getting the lobby set up, let's go ahead and take a look at the standings. I am going to be your caster, your host, your MC for the night, theStroke. And we're taking a look at Cats on my keyboard with 8 points there, and then U.S. Army Esports with 1 point. I believe they've had a few weeks off trying to get a bunch of matches scheduled all in a row based on some work stuff. You know how the Army goes, but Cats on my keyboard right in the mix, top 5 there, 2 points back from the top spot. Realize a bunch of matches happened this week, but yeah, we'll see what kind of action we get matched up with these two teams. I'm looking forward to seeing some Division C action. If this is your first time here in the Stroke channel, thanks for joining me. And yeah, let me know any weirdness going on. I'm pretty new to the whole casting scene, getting my feet under me. But if the audio levels are weird or anything like that, just hook a brother up and let him know. Okay. All right. Lobby is set. And it looks like we are going to be headed over to Dragonshire for our first match of the night. U.S. Army Esports won the coin toss, elected to go with the first pick. They banned out Cursed Hollow and Volskaya. And then Cats on my keyboard banned out Braxis Holdout as well as Garden of Terror. So we're going to be going to the also strategic Dragonshire picked by those soldiers. Let's call them soldiers. That's the word. And looks like we're getting ready to get both teams set up here as we move on to our first match. As I said, I am theStroke, and I'm having a great time this season 14 in NGS, getting some casting done. I play as well in Division E West down there at the bottom with some friends of mine who are new to the game. Yeah, we haven't won yet, but they're having fun, I guess. I'm just kind of trying to teach them the game and hopefully not scare them off. But let's, if you're in the chat, let's hear it for these two teams, guys. Who's gonna take this matchup? I think are we going with Cats on my keyboard or those soldiers at U.S. Army Esports? I'd like to get a little more information on how that esports organization works. I myself am an Air Force veteran. I'll try not to make fun of the Army guys too much. And Koala, the team captain for Cats on my keyboard, they're trying to get ready, but they actually have a cat on a player's keyboard. So we'll wait for that to get resolved before we get this match started. Dragonshire Game 1 for the best of 3 series. Cats on my keyboard versus U.S. Army Esports. That's Nexus Gaming Series Season 14, Division C West. There's a flex match here, and we're just looking for some support there in the chat, guys. Who's going to take this one? And match is getting set up and started, and we should be heading into Dragonshire right about now. All right, let's take a look at the first round bans. What are we thinking? What are we feeling these days? Seen a lot of Johanna banned out. Asmodan has, at least in the last time I checked, had somewhere around a 70% win rate in the lower divisions of NGS. So never a. Oh, looks like we had an issue with the lobby. So we'll just back on out. We lost a person. Just the captain for U.S. Army Esports, no big deal. U.S. Army Esports is part of the recruiting command. That's pretty cool. I don't even know if Air Force has anything like that, but yep. We're having some connection issues, but we'll get some people subbed in here. Now we got too many people. That's never a good sign. I promise we'll get this all figured out, though. Don't you guys worry. As I was going through the historical Division C annals, if you will, I saw that these teams faced off against each other last season, but I wasn't able to figure out who won that. There we go. And deja vu. Let's try this again. Go ahead and take a look at some of those heavy hitters here for this season. Division C West. Azmodan rocking 10% popularity rate with a 70% win rate, which is pretty nuts. First band going over to Cats on My Keyboard. Johanna rocking a 91% popularity. She's got just over half with an average KDA of 4. Stukov, first ban out for Cats on My Keyboard. Always a difficult healer to deal with that silence with the root. Easy healing to kind of spread around. Junkrat banned out by U.S. Army Esports. As for Stukov, at least in this division, rocking 65% and about half and half. But very dangerous in the right hand, so always a smart ban if you don't want to deal with that silence. Second ban coming out for Cats on My Keyboard, Dahaka. The global, very useful on this map. Wins his lane pretty well, can double soak, and Brightwing for the U.S. Army Esports. So we'll get the first pick over to Cats on My Keyboard. Wonder if we see a Nubarak early pick, possibly. Maybe another global, Falstad. Let's hear it in the chat, guys. Who's going to win this match? And there's Johanna. Popularity numbers don't lie. PJ Red picks up Johanna. As Simeon picks up Lucio. Gets their healer selected. One more pick for U.S. Army Esports. What do we got? There it is, a Nubarak. So two big-time Badger. What's this guy's name? All right, two picks going over to the side of Cats on My Keyboard. Sonia for Koala and Anduin for Apple. Last round of bans for this first game match between Cats on My Keyboard, U.S. Army Esports, Division C West Flex match. And let's see who we get for our final bans here. Vala, always pretty tough to deal with. Carry style hero there. 49% popularity in Division C with a 53% win rate. A little bit lower on the average KDA than I would expect, but it is hard to stay alive against certain heroes with that squishy bow shooter. Last ban for Cats on my keyboard. Let me see. I'm going to guess. I was going to say Blaze or Artanis. There it is. All right. 2 picks heading over to the side of U.S. Army Esports. Still, they're just working on their offlaner and damage dealers. Imperious for Shrinks and Chromie for B. Sanger. And last 2 picks going over to Cats on my keyboard for this first map. Sylvanas for Chelsea and Nezebo for their last pick over to Ghost. Last but not least, the Capitan is going to pick up Greymane. See if we get any swaps here, making my life worse. Wait for it. Just looking at these 2 comps here. U.S. Army Esports is going to have a dangerous blow-up team. And Cats on my keyboard kind of playing that long game, sustained damage, level 20 Nezebo spike kind of thing. But we'll see. I think just based on these comps, I'm going to go ahead and give the advantage over to U.S. Army Esports. But we'll see what we get. And here we go for our first game. These 2 teams on the blue team. Koala on Sonya, Ghost on Nezebo, PJ Red on Johanna, Apple is playing Anduin, and Chelsea on Sylvanas. For the red team, Simeon on Lucio, Badger on Anubarak, Shrinks on Imperious, and B. Sanger playing Chromie with Fracture on the Greymane. Let's get this party started. All right, here we see the ever so dangerous Sylvanas early tower push. Full team rotating. U.S. Army Esports. Koala's a little late to get out of there. They almost get the tower down, but no dice. PJ Red taking a lot of damage. Gets slowed again. Gets pulled out of there by Apple. And they should have a pretty easy job clearing out that tower here as the members of U.S. Army Esports head out to their respective lanes. Tower sitting at about 10% health. Koala's got to be careful here as a 3-man rotate, 4-man rotate. No way she gets away from this with Badger showing up, and there is the first kill of the game.
You think yourself worthy to wield the Dragon Knight's power? Prove it. Take control of the shrines.
Just a hazard of the job as the solo laner. You just get caught out sometimes. See if Camp's immediately picked up in this top lane by Fracture and Simeon with a response from all 5 members of Cats on my keyboard. Let's see if they suffer at all with experience. Nothing too crazy, maybe about a quarter. Koala should be fine here. Look at these Division C West skills. Both of these camps picked up at the exact same time, meeting in the middle. Pretty crazy. Anubarak is going to get the stun on Ghost, taking mad damage with the stun follow-up, and going to get the kill for Greymane. Camps being cleared out up at the top. Still got some pressure being put on Koala, who gets stunned by the Impale. Almost goes down by Fracture's Greymane. And pressure continued to be applied up here in the top lane. Giants picked up by U.S. Army Esports bot lane. Should be cleared out, but it's going to take 3 members to do so as U.S. Army Esports continues to get pressure up in their top. Both towers down, and this camp's still looking relatively healthy with only Ghost up here to defend. If he's not careful, he might get caught out by a stun. Getting some rotation by Simeon as well. Surprised we didn't see a Nubarak dive. This tower, or this fort, is gone. It's gone. Well, there you have it. And D-Sanger in a bad shape. Body block should finish him off. Looking at kill counts 1 to 2. Sonya's heading up here top to pick up this top dragon shrine. Getting responses from Shrinks on Imperius as well as Greymane. She's got to be careful. She's got a long way to go to get to safety. Badger hanging out here in the middle to kind of defend, make sure no one grabs a cheeky Dragon Knight. Does his job as Imperius picks up the top lane. Shrine. Camp being picked up here by Cats on my keyboard. Chat, who do you think's got this right now? Looking at U.S. Army Esports with a slight advantage. Structure-wise. Nazebo sitting at 30 stacks on spiders, 43 for his voodoo ritual. Unicycle, yay, casted you guys the other day. He says U.S. Army Esports is going to pick this one up. And both Dragon Shrines being picked up by U.S. Army Esports, and they are going to get the first Dragon Knight of the game. It's a little bit too late on the rotation by Koala to get that top shrine, and now we're going to get pressure in the bot lane and mid lane by the Dragon Knight. Fans of Time, probably my least favorite ability in the whole game. Making everyone's life brutal. Dragon Knight gets both towers down in the mid lane. Pierce is going to try to get a little bit of damage on the fort, as does Chromie on the bot fort. And the Dragon Knight's just going to kind of back off as he's got about 20 seconds left, no health. And Chromie gets the last second hearth. Looks like Cats on my keyboard are going to get us some bot lane pressure. See if they can answer a little bit. And it's probably about time for them to rotate out as 10s are online for U.S. Army Esports. Stun goes out onto Koala, but he gets pulled out of there by Anduin. Greymane gets in there. Koala's getting very low. Oh, Cocoon goes out on Apple. Nobody turns around on him, but Greymane is able to get the chase down kill on both Sylvanas and picks off the poor Anduin, who is stuck in that cocoon. And there is the perfect example of why you got to watch out when a team is about to pop level 10. Shrink's putting damage in this middle fort as Koala's going to try to scare him away. Bruiser's being picked up in the bottom lane. And pressure being applied here in the bot lane as top lane is already cleared out for them. Fracture's going to be taking big time damage with Light Bomb going out, but great boop by Simeon on Lucio to nullify that Light Bomb. Very nice play. They are able to maintain that fort for now. And they are also online with their level 10s. Leap from Sonya. Ravenous Spirit for the Nazebo. Falling Sword, interesting for Johanna. Maybe see if she can apply some pressure to the Chromie. Nazebo doing Nazebo things, working on his stacks. And they might be going over here to pick up this giant camp, as we're going to get some rotation by the members of U.S. Army Esports. They're going to dive in, stun out onto Apple with the follow-up. There goes the Cocoon, and a silence on 4 of them by Sylvanas. They're getting super low. Is that the 4-man punish quest? Oh, that's going to be dangerous. Very nice response by Cats on My Keyboard there. That 4-man wailing arrow by Chelsea was awesome. Gave Johanna the perfect setup to get that punish quest done, and now things looking pretty favorable, at least for now, as Nazebo clears out the remainder of this Giants camp. They do need to be careful here because U.S. Army Esports is able to pick up... Oh, B. Sanger is going to be taken out by the Ravenous Spirit. He could have taken out this minion wave with the remainder of that, but he'll be able to do that just the same. Apple's getting just nuked with the Impale. We'll see if Falling Sword is not going to save him in that case. I think Blessed Shield may have, but a couple of kills by both teams, and now this is not looking good for... Oh, Sylvanas just nuked Simeon, but Greymane able to take out 2 members once again of Cats on My Keyboard. Greymane picking up the bottom Dragon Shrine. Man, this is kind of a crazy brawl right now. We'll see if this match can last long enough for Nazebo to come online. I will say Sylvanas is starting to do a lot of damage. Another Dragon Knight being picked up here by U.S. Army Esports, as the rotations for the Dragon Shrines are a little bit slow. I think we may lose Shrinks here in the top lane. Simeon's not going to be able to help him out, but they do have the Dragon Knight, and they take out the middle and bottom fort. So structure-wise, U.S. Army Esports leading the way in this first map. And there goes Sylvanas just shredding that Dragon Knight. We'll see if we get... Ah, see, that's where I love Blessed Shield, because those guys probably don't escape with that ult. All right, 14 to 15. 16's coming online shortly here for U.S. Army Esports. We'll see what Cats on My Keyboard's plan is to catch up experience-wise. DJ Red's got to be careful here, as Badger's got himself in a nice little ambush spot. As U.S. Army Esports works over here on this giant camp. Both teams playing it relatively safe. Greymane down here in the bottom picking up bruisers. U.S. Army Esports has definitely dominated in the just kind of the map control so far. Level 16 talents available against level 15. Uses Falling Sword to get out of there. Probably a smart choice. And they're just going to have to kind of safely defend this camp. And Sylvanas is able to do that relatively easily. But as all 5 members, or at least 4 members of U.S. Army Esports continue to apply pressure here at the bot lane. Chromie peels off to the mid lane to just get some experience. Bruiser's gone, but 4 Giants just wailing away at those towers. Not what you want to happen right before a Dragon Shrine objective. Sylvanas taking Fracture down to half health. And U.S. Army Esports is going to be okay with just taking the damage they got on the towers and get on out of there. '16's finally picked up by Cats on My Keyboard. They are able to bully Chromie out of the way to prevent any Dragon Knight shenanigans. But we do have a Bruiser camp picked up here in the top lane. We might get some invade over here on the Bruisers, as we may get some pressure down on this bottom fort. But not going to go down. Right. This may allow... No, we're going to have an aggressive rotation into the bottom lane. These guys got to watch out, as Sylvanas is not there and doing a lot of their damage. Cocoon goes out onto Anduin. He's in bad shape. Light Bomb goes out. We'll see if this is able to save him. Sonya gets a big leap, but Anduin gets blown up once again by Fractured. Even on kill trade there, but we do have a 2x Dragon Shines collected with Chromie heading to the middle. We are not going to be able to delay this, and there is our third Dragon Knight heading over to US Army Esports once again. Yeah, Fracture's just being a little bully on Greymane. 6-0. Only... Alright, Dragon Knight likes to push top lane as we get a response by Cats on my keyboard to the bottom lane. I don't know if this is the greatest use of the Dragon Knight, but you know, who am I to talk? Dragon Knight taking out that last tower in the mid lane. Here comes Badger, and we'll see if we get an engage here. Stun goes out, misses. Sylvanas is able to get her Haunting Wave out there. As the Dragon Knight holding on to about 5% health. And Sanger's got to be careful now, as Leap follows up on the damage from Sylvanas. Falling Sword comes out but doesn't hit anyone. Light Bomb goes out onto Koala. Once again, the Cocoon out onto Anduin, who's in bad shape. Chromie deletes, as well as Greymane, the Sonya. And now we're just in bad shape for Cats on my keyboard, as the burst damage is just giving them all kinds of trouble. Sans' time goes out, making Ghost's life much harder. Gets spiders out onto Simeon. He should be fine. And there goes the first keep down. Camp picked up by US Army Esports, and they're not going to let up. They're just going to continue to apply pressure here in the bottom lane as those Giants move forward with a catapult. Greymane just goes in on Chelsea, and oh, nothing you can do about it with your tank on the opposite side of the fight. And this might be a snowball here. We'll see if they elect to get some core pressure going. They back off smartly. 39 seconds still for Sylvanas to come up, and they're just going to elect to go for these camps. Continue to apply map pressure. Stick to their game plan that's been working for them. And, yeah. Level 20s. Just about reached for both teams. We do have rewind on the Nubarak, so watch some just heavy CC chains here in this last few fights. Voodoo Ritual is picked up by Nazeebo. We'll see if this is the late game spike that they've been looking for. He is leading the way with 43,000 damage in the game. But Greymane sitting there with 7 kills to no deaths, so he's just kind of deleting. PJ Red in bad shape. Falling Sword comes out. Leap as well. PJ's in. Light Bomb comes out. Hits no members of U.S. Army Esports. Here comes the chain CC by Anubarak. Impale over onto Nazebo. PJ Red is in bad shape. Let's see if she picked up the... Nope. And this should kind of snowball it to the end of this match as Koala goes down as well. Ghost able to stasis for a second with that ice block, and Apple and Chelsea escaped narrowly with their lives, but this is going to be a Dragon Knight and pressure onto the core for U.S. Army Esports. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I know it's risky, but I think U.S. Army Esports is going to pick up this W on the first map of this match. Division C West. Very nice. All right, chat. I need you to vote. Who was the MVP? I know who I'm picking. Looking at the final kill count there, 14-5 in favor of U.S. Army Esports. Action-packed match with a lot of kills over, at least on the side of U.S. Army Esports. And that late game spike that we were looking for Cats on my keyboard, just kind of too little, too late, too hard to deal with that burst damage. So we'll see what they decide to do to answer that here in the next map. All right, as we wait for the teams to pick their next map, we are back. Let me invite you into my home and, talk to you a little bit about why the Air Force is better than the Army. No, just kidding. Love you guys. Love supporting you guys, and thank you for what you do. And I hope you guys have a good Labor Day weekend. If it's your first time in the chat, let me hear from you. Who's going to win the next round? Are we going game 3, or are we just getting 2? I'd love to see a third game. I'm not about those 2 and done. Frack MVP, yep, I totally agree. It was just hard to deal with for Cats on my keyboard. All right, let's see what we're going to be doing next. All right, we're going to be heading to Battlefield of Eternity. As we get some things set up here. Battlefield of Eternity, our second map pick. Just trying to figure out who picked it. Okay, picked up by Cats on my keyboard. Taking a look at our maps here. Battlefield of Eternity picked by Cats on my keyboard. If they are able to pick this up, we've got some interesting maps left. Towers of Doom, Alteric Pass, Sky Temple, Infernal Shrines. So many good ones, and I'd love to see something like that, but we'll see if we get over to a game 3. Yeah, Fracture was just putting on the hurt. I think he ended with 8 kills, no deaths, lots of damage. Not quite as popular in the meta as he was back in the day, and I feel like a lot of players kind of forget about how much damage he can actually put out in a very short amount of time. So you get caught out, separated from your team in any sort of way. Fracture played that perfectly, just dove on you, made you pay. With some pretty good follow-up by Imperius usually. Got some people using the loo, as they say, across the pond before we get into the next match. So while we're doing that, that gives me a chance to talk to you about something I think is pretty cool. I'll toot my own horn, but if you're interested in other video games or you're just a gamer in general, I every Sunday night I host a podcast with my two buddies, also fighter pilots, on Twitch at twitch.tv/OMG podcast. And we livecast our weekly gaming podcast where we talk gaming industry news, upcoming releases, game reviews, and then kind of a major topic of the week, including things like mental health in gaming, gaming as a parent, different consoles, the history of PlayStation, all kinds of stuff. You name it. We come up with something every week, and we talk about that for about an hour or so. And you can find those episodes as well on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever else you might find those things. Check it out if you got the time. Slowly growing our community, having a great time every week. Love to see you out there and join us for the weekly live stream. But if not, check it out on those platforms, and we'd love to embrace you as a member of the One More Game podcast community. And now I'll get off my soapbox. All right. Should be getting most players back from the restroom. Chat, how we liking NGS Season 14? I love the fact that this community continues to grow every year or every season, even though the company that makes this game tries to bury it alive. And we just won't go without a fight, so love it. Love to see new players join in, getting into the league, even if they don't know what they're doing, like my team. And we should be starting our next draft over on Battlefield of Eternity. All right, let's see what kind of bans we get this time round. Last time we saw Johanna and Nubrak both make it through into the draft. And we also didn't see an Azmodan ban. Who'da thunk? Junkrat once again banned out early by U.S. Army Esports. Rocking a 55% popularity in Division C with a 53% win rate, which is pretty good. Next ban over to Cats. And they will ban out Stukov once again. Stukov, quite the popular healer. I think he's probably one of the easier healers to play as a healer in general, but has a very high skill cap when it comes to the CC he can apply. So I feel like he's a good ban in general to get rid of. Rhaegar for U.S. Army Esports, their second ban. So 2 healers getting banned out. We'll see what we got left. Rhaegar on the lower end of popularity here in the Division C. Heroes of the Storm wide, probably one of the more successful heroes, at least in Storm League, when it comes to healing. Last ban for Cats on my keyboard. Greymane, they're not having that nonsense. Very nice. Respect. Nothing wrong with a respect ban, you know what I mean? All right, first pick over to U.S. Army Esports. Who's going to be? Joe? They were doing pretty good with that Anubarak. Vala for Sanger. Always a strong pick on this map. For the Immortal race. 2 picks heading over to the side of Cats on my keyboard. Game is still fun. Yep, I agree. You don't need to update this thing. I would love you if you put more heroes in, but you know. Anduin for Apple and Li Ming for Ghost. Switching off of that Nazebo, going for some race damage. And Fracture is going for the Sylvanas this time. More burst damage, and then once again, Simeon on the Lucio. All right, final round of bans. Map 2 for this Division C West matchup. Cats on my keyboard versus U.S. Army Esports Flex match. Nexus Gaming Series. Joe gets banned out by Cats on my keyboard. Will we see the Anubarak follow up? Diablo, okay. 2 picks for Cats. Let's see what they decide to round out their comp with. Muradin and Sonya. I like it. Koala on Sonya and PJ Red on the Muradin. Two more picks for our soldiers over there on U.S. Army Esports. May and Dahaka. Okay, a lot of health to go around. Badger on May. Last pick for Cats on my keyboard. What do we see? There's some auto attack damage. Yep, Lunara. I like that pick, actually. Chelsea's going to pick up the Lunara. We'll see if we get any swaps here. Sure would make my day if we didn't. And there we have it. Heading over to Battlefield of Eternity with these two teams locked in. I do like Cats on my keyboard's comp a little bit better for kind of team fight, but we'll see that May is going to play a big part in that. I would love to see Cats pick up this W so we can get into a third game. More action, you know. More Heroes of the Storm. Who can complain about that? Besides Blizzard. Just kidding, but seriously. All right, here is our matchup for the blue team. Koala on Sonya, Ghost playing Li Ming, PJ Red on the Muradin, Apple on Anduin, and Chelsea on Lunara. For the red team, down here, Simeon on Lucio, Badger on May, Shrinks on Dahaka, B. Sanger on Vala, and Fracture on Sylvanas. Both solo laners heading over to do their jobs. I think the X factor in this match is definitely going to be how much they allow Sanger on the Vala to harass PJ Red. Orb misses. Red goes out about half health, but back up to 3/4. Chelsea taking some damage. Stun out on Vala as Sylvanas starts to get some attacks in on PJ Red. Sylvanas rotating top. Koala's got to be careful and has no idea. If the tongue goes out, she's going to be dust. Oh. On my screen, honestly thought he got her, but 1 pixel off. You know what I mean? Hey, when that happens. All right, let's see if we get the bottom camp going for Cats on my keyboard. Badger just kind of getting an idea of what's going on down there. Sylvanas is working on the camp up in the top lane. And Sonya kind of trying to figure out what she wants to do. Hopefully realizes that Sylvanas just picked up that camp. Sylvanas is going to hearth back. Camp gets picked up in the bot lane by Cats on my keyboard. And meanwhile, Ghost is just kind of hucking those orbs into that bottom tower. Able to hit 2 members with that orb. Gets a reset. Stun goes out onto PJ Red. Orb misses. Camp clearing up here at the top. Nothing doing. We'll see if we get camps going here by both teams. Simeon getting it started. And 3 members of Cats on my keyboard. Looks like Li Ming is going to head down here, try to get this minion wave cleared out before she heads over to the camp. All right, both teams picking up their camps, and we'll see who gets an answer on the clear first. Race starts in 5 seconds. Who's going to be posturing? Looks like Cats on my keyboard maybe getting a little bit of start, but Sylvanas and Vala are doing work on the bottom. Immortal. We may get an engage here, or at least a harass by Simeon and Badger. Pretty much even. Slight advantage over to Cats on my keyboard. We are going to get a response, but not enough to stop the race. As Vala's not going to have her stuff online yet. And Cats on my keyboard gets some momentum going from the first match. Stun out onto Shrinks. He's getting low. Orb hits him. PJ's getting low as well. And Lunara has a Sanger. Stun goes out onto Vala. She's going to be gone. Very nice kill. As just got caught just for a second by Chelsea. Is able to slow her enough to get the Muradin stun follow-up. Mortal being burned down relatively quickly here by Sylvanas. 1 tower down. Get the 2nd tower removed. Stun goes out on to Mei. Badger's super low. Oof. Let's see to get a follow-up here. I do believe she still has her trait. There it is. All right, so decent pressure. Muradin jumps in on Sanger. Mei Blizzard goes down. Ghost gets pulled out of there with no health. Simeon's probably get. Oh man. The Vala poison ends up picking off, or the Lunara poison ends up killing the Vala. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat, so to speak. And right now, Cats on my keyboard looking like they have a decent advantage. Towers down here. Gone in the bot lane. Koala's getting rotated on by Fracture. Not sure if she knows she's there, but her spidey senses do. Camp picked up in the top lane by Cats on my keyboard, and they're just going to continue to put the pressure on as you do in a 2-lane map with no camps to get. Fracture getting super low. Eating those orbs. He's going to have to hearth. And when Root goes out onto Simeon, he gets very low. Back up to about quarter health. 20 seconds until the next Immortals, and Sonya is working down here on the camp in the bot lane. Sylvanas is going to start rotating. I don't know if she'll get here in time, unless Shrinks can try to delay. Koala probably knows that she needs to get out of there. Li Ming rotates, but not in time. Misses on the orb. And they're able to steal that camp. Ghost teleports over the wall against the Sylvanas. A little dangerous. She's able to teleport out of there. Badger gets a follow-up engage with the Ice Skate. Lunara blinded. And Ghost sitting at about half health. He gets healed up. Let's see if he can start getting those orbs out and flying around. PJ Red about half health. Apple gets caught up in the fray in that fog of war and just gets lit up by Sylvanas. So now we're missing a healer as this objective starts. And here goes the race. PJ's got to be close. Oh. Stun goes out onto Badger. He's able to escape somehow. Hippity hoppity onto the Lucio. Killed by... Oh, great re-engage by Cats on My Keyboard as Li Ming and Lunara are just putting on the hurt. Very nice. Sanger hanging around, getting some damage in on Koala, but they're able to heal back up and take over the race. So very nice re-engage by Cats on My Keyboard. We'll see if they're able to... Yep. Looks like race is going to go into their favor. Not by a huge margin, but it's there. We are seeing camp picked up by members of Cats on My Keyboard. Light Bomb goes out, hits 3 members. Badger's able to get his trait out. Shrinks get the tongue onto Muradin. He may be able to get a stun out onto Lucio, and they're just going to settle for the camp here as the Immortal pushes here in the bot lane. Very nice turnaround from last game for Cats on My Keyboard. The beauty of Heroes of the Storm. Full combo out onto Badger by Ghost. Badger gets an engage. Rain of Vengeance by Vala. Sanger is very low on mana, but he's able to burn. Oh, Leap goes out onto Vala. Oh, followed by the nuke by Li Ming and Muradin. Chelsea's going low. She just absorbed all of the tower damage. I hate when that happens, but or the fort damage. He just decides, you're the one that I'm going to start shooting because you squishy. But 1 kill for 1 in that little skirmish there. But the Cats on My Keyboard does get this fort in bot lane taken out. Simeon's got to be careful here. Camps are available. We'll see if we get a fight here in the top. U.S. Army Esports posturing like they want to fight. Vala's going to the back line. Unfortunately, she meets the damage dealers of Cats on My Keyboard. And Badger's getting very low. Fracture takes a ton of damage from Lunara. Hopping around on Nimbly Bimbly as Badger gets super low as well. Gets killed by the Li Ming reset and Lunara poison. And now Cats on My Keyboard is able to push pressure into this top lane before an Immortal, which is always opens up the opportunity to get a keep with this next objective. And they're going to try to go for this camp. 2 members down, 9 seconds. They are able to pick that up with 5 seconds to go for the Immortal. And the damage dealer's posturing as Li Ming heads back in from a Hearth. Full mana, full health. And this thing is going down quickly as U.S. Army Esports has to respond to this camp in the top lane. Very nice camp pickup, good strategy. And now things are looking a little rough for U.S. Army Esports, but a couple of team fights can turn it around on this map as 2 lanes and an Immortal. U.S. Army Esports posturing for a possible engage here, and Cats are just going to be smart and kind of back off as it's going to be hard for U.S. Army Esports to do anything about this race with Li Ming range. Orbs going out onto... Oh, Light Bomb hits 3 members of U.S. Army Esports. Resets not quite there for Li Ming. PJ Red taking a ton of damage. Sonya gets hit by the Immortal stun, and they are able to pick up the Immortal. Chelsea goes back in for some more. And all members of all teams disengage with no kills. Only ults not used there were Leap and Leaping Strike. Stanger's got to be careful. He's taking an orb to the face, and Reset goes out for Ghost. He might go down, though, as he got greedy, but follow-up kill onto Sylvanas. Badger might be in a bad position with the Muradin stun. Has a trait available. One more stun, though, and she's going to be not long for this world. There it is. A double stun by Muradin gets Simeon and finish off the Mei. So this is a dangerous spot. Immortal with a lot of health. 3 members down for U.S. Army Esports. And right now, Cats on my keyboard looking like they're in commanding position. Might even get some core pressure and threaten the W if they can pick off a few members of U.S. Army Esports. We'll see what they decide to do. Looks like they know Dahaka is gone. Muradin gets the stun out on the Lucio, who's unstoppable. Oh, Dahaka's got to be careful. Light Bomb out. Hits 1 member as Dahaka was burrowing. Leap goes out onto Lucio. He goes down. Sylvanas doing a lot of damage to Sonya. PJ Red also taking a lot of damage. Li Ming is able to scare off the members, and there we have it. Full health Immortal able to march all the way to victory for Cats on my keyboard. Great. Great turnaround for them. I'd love to see just not losing the confidence because of the first game. And let's check out that damage. 49,000 by Li Ming. Getting a lot of resets. Checking out. Did a little bit of an orb build, but also Mirror Ball with Calamity as well. So nice work there. And we are heading to Game 3, folks. Gonna be a good time. Let's get these maps updated. Game number 3. I'm pretty sure I had game 1 written on that the whole time, didn't I? That's okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Both comps that I predicted to win have won. So just go with it. Go with what I say. I'm just kidding. Very nice matchup we've got here tonight. As Cats on my keyboard are not planning on backing down at all. So kill counts lopsided in both games. First game for U.S. Army Esports, and second game over to the side of Cats. Game number 3. We'll see what we get. We haven't taken a look at it in a minute, but we'll see what this does for both of these teams if they are able to pick up the win. It'll bring Cats up into the conversation for top of the division. All of this, of course, depends on what happened earlier in the week for some of these teams. But and then U.S. Army Esports has a lot of games to catch up on, but picking up the win for them would definitely help them out. And we are going to be headed to Towers of Doom for game number 3. All right, Towers of Doom selected by U.S. Army Esports. And this is always entertaining because this thing can go either way. Buy viewers, followers, and primes on mountviewers.com. Cool. It's that easy, huh? Why don't you just get banned? Why don't you just get banned? Get him out of here. Looks like we might have some substitutions happening for U.S. Army Esports. Not quite sure, but we'll see. If you are in the chat and you're enjoying the content tonight and you find it in your heart to hit that little heart, hit that follow, it'll let you know when I go live and stream, cast some of these games. I also stream Destiny and Heroes of the Storm from time to time, and looking to get a little more involved in the streaming business. So would definitely appreciate it if that's something you want to do. All right, lobby getting set up for game number 3 on Towers of Doom for Division C West matchup between Cats on My Keyboard and U.S. Army Esports. We love it. Nothing better in Heroes of the Storm Nexus Gaming Series than a game 3 in a best of 3. It's as good as it gets. And at this point, I have no idea who's going to win. Both teams played great games overall. First and second game flip-flop. So we'll see. We shall see. All right. Looks like we do have a substitution for U.S. Army Esports. Heathcliff replacing B. Sanger. So we'll see what the substitution does for the team morale. Maybe he's the closer. All right, all members in the lobby. We'll see if we get some readies coming out here anytime soon. So I don't have to try to come up with things to say to keep you guys entertained. Because we all know you're here to watch Heroes of the Storm and not listen to me talk. I like the guts image. Right? All right. Cats on My Keyboard is ready. U.S. Army Esports is ready. And I am ready. I hope you guys are ready. Because we're about to go to Towers of Doom in about 5 seconds. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, 1-1. Game number 3 over to Towers of Doom. Cats on My Keyboard had a very nice answer to that first game. I was pretty excited to see what they did there, and we'll see if they stick to their ban strategies. Keep that gray main out of here. Stitches, always a dangerous hero on this map. Not a whole lot of popularity in Division C and NGS this season. Not the greatest win rate either, but we'll see. And Cats sticks to their game plan, keeping Stukov out of there. We'll see if they remember what happened the first game with Greymane. Greymane excels on this map as well with the camps and the tower damage. Next band going over to U.S. Army Esports. The Haka band out for U.S. Army Esports. There's fracture stats this season on Greymane. Only won one game of 3, looks like. Asmodan banned out by Cats on my keyboard. There's the Anduin ban. They want to see if Apple can play another healer. So let's see what Cats is able to answer with. For the first pick, map 3, Towers of Doom. All right, chat. This is Junkrat pick by Ghost. This is the last map. Who do you guys think? Let's hear it. Who's going to win this one? It could go either way at this point. It's all going to be dependent on the draft and how they play it. This map is crazy. You could be winning by 20 shots on the core and still lose. And there it is. The Greymane picked up by Fracture. He's going to see if they can repeat. And Leoric picked up by Shrinks. 2 picks heading over to the side of Cats on my keyboard. All right, let's go Cats with the comeback, says One Giant Meep in the chat. Johanna picked up by PJ Red and Brightwing for Apple. Everyone loves a comeback story, you know. Last band for U.S. Army Esports of the match. And we're going to get that Lunara band. They did not like facing off against that last map. Hashtag respect. Only a 10% pick rate in Division C. That may have been her only game. Final ban for Cats on my keyboard. Stitches. Yep. Called it. Two picks for Army Esports. With the new member Heathcliff subbing in from the first 2 games. Li Ming for Heathcliff, and Badger is going to go with a Nubarak. Right, so a similar draft to what we saw first round for U.S. Army Esports. Wild Hamlet says Army Esports is going to crush those Cats. Just crush them. Koala picks up Sonya once again, and Tychus for Chelsea. Very nice. This is an interesting comp here. All right, we'll see what Army Esports decides to pick up. And Pickley responds, no. Cool cat shades. Just straight up no. Simeon rounds out the draft with a healer pick of Rhaegar. And there you have it, folks. There's your 2 team drafts for the final map of this match between Cats on My Keyboard and U.S. Army Esports Division C West Flex Match Nexus Gaming Series Season 14. We're getting into it in about 5 seconds. So stoked. No swaps. Everyone's ready. I'm ready. Chat's ready. NGS is ready. We're getting in there. Solely based on the comps and what we saw in the first match, I think I'm going to go with Army Esports, as much as it pains me to vote for my Army brethren. But if Cats is able to find a response to that Rhaegar, possibly. We shall see. All right, for the blue team, Koala on Sonya, Ghost playing Junkrat, PJ Red on the Johanna, Apple playing Brightwing, and Chelsea on Tychus. Red team, Simeon on Rhaegar, Badger over on the Nubarak, Shrinks playing Leoric, Heathcliff, new sub on Li Ming, and Fracture once again on the Greymane.
10 seconds.
Good luck, have fun's going out, and we are ready for Game 3 action.
Let the battle begin.
The Raven Lord has said it better than I ever could. Let's let this battle begin, and we'll see if Greymane can repeat Fracture on that burst damage monster. Team's posturing, nobody fighting. All 5 members of Cats here in the mid lane. Leo doing Leo things up at the top. We don't see the totem build picked up by Rhaegar. Electing to go for that move speed and some armor. Well, looks like Chat's split on who's going to win game number 3. I'm split as well, man. This is awesome to see. I knew we were going to have a close match, but I didn't know it was going to go lopsided and then lopsided. Looking for the invade. And here goes Fracture once again. Let's see if we get the polymorph out on him to save Ghost. Oh, the Junkrat bomb gets him knocked into the tower area for Fracture, but we are going to probably see them back off here as Sonya starts to rotate in. And now missed that kill there, but Tychus goes down from you-know-who. Fracture destroys him. And he's looking at 1 kill to 0 deaths. Whoa. We don't want that. Camp picked up by both teams. Slight advantage over here to Cats on My Keyboard. We'll see if those sappers are able to... Greymane, once again, I missed the kill. He's killing so many people all the time. What have I done? E. The button I always forget. E. Apologies. Chat, that's why I missed those kills. Alright, Chelsea's got to be careful here as Fracture is on a mission. And Koala is not long for this world. Caught way too far out with this roaming gank squad that U.S. Army Esports is rolling with. PJ Red going for this altar here in the bottom as U.S. Army Esports is going to channel both of the altars in the top lane. Oh, interrupted by a Tychus grenade. We'll see if Greymane is, or Junkrat is able to do Junkrat things. He is, as well as PJ Red blind. Shrink's taking some damage from Tychus, and they are able to scare the members of U.S. Army Esports off as they are channeling this top altar. Very nice interrupts and solid play there.
I am lord of this realm, and it will not
All right.
be stolen from me.
Possible fight breaking out down here in the bottom. Simeon being pretty aggressive with his speed in that wolf form, able to kind of suss out where members of Cats on My Keyboard are going, and this is a little bit dangerous for Cats. They're scoping out the bushes. Very nice for Junkrat. Mine goes out onto Fracture. Anubrak gets extremely low as Tychus is starting to do his thing. Tychus electing to go for the takedown talent. All right, posturing to invade this camp here in the bot for Cats. We'll see if they're able to do it. They're all grouped up, and they're able to scare off U.S. Army Esports, who suddenly gets a little timid. Apple gets half health taken out by a Li Ming combo. Tower's gone down here in the bottom lane, as this is the pivotal lane on this map. And it looks like that's what we're going to be focusing on for Cats on My Keyboard. They are missing out on some soak here in the top lane, so that may become a factor. They are up 36-32 on core health. Nothing crazy, just the beginning. Leoric takes a lot of damage initially from Tychus, but Chelsea's got Greymane on him. He's got to watch out as Fracture can jump on him at any point. He's just keeping him zoned out. And Li Ming getting a lot of damage out onto Koala. Brightwing blinks in. PJ Red also taking a ton of damage. Chelsea gets dived on by Fracture and disengages by both teams. U.S. Army Esports sitting a little healthier, but they are going to back off. And looks like we're just getting some taps. PJ Red, Chelsea chasing down Greymane. Badger's going to try to respond to that. PJ Red, little low's got a trade available. A lot of damage coming out by Li Ming. Badger dives in. Leoric follow-up. Orbs going out onto Apple as Heathcliff is doing very nice work, zoning out the members just with pure raw damage. Blind goes out onto Simeon to interrupt that. And they might have to give this up just based on their health levels. All right, 4 shots going over to the side of U.S. Army Esports, and we are tied at 32. Trait goes out for Johanna. She should be able to get out of there just fine. And Fracture, as 10s come online, Sonya is going to, for both teams, Fracture takes a lot of damage from that rip tire as he was stuck in the entomb as he was trying to blow up the Sonya, who was just spinning to win. And now we have one member killed. The first kill for Cats on My Keyboard. All right, so Greymane gets his first death of 2 matches. Camp invade coming for Cats on My Keyboard. Greymane on his way back into the fight. We'll see what members of Cats decide to do here, as a lot of damage coming out from Heathcliff. Oh, big orbs. Blessed Shield goes out onto 3 members. Here comes Leoric. You've got to watch out as Ghost is taking damage. Sonya spinning to win, eating a lot of damage from the orbs. Greymane jumps in to try to finish off members of Cats. The blind comes out, saves 2 members, but we do lose Sonya in the process. camp does get stolen by Cats on My Keyboard. So 6 sappers pushing into this tower here. It's maybe enough to take it down. Very close. PJ Red, Tychus, and Ghost are going to do what they can to take this fort out, and now we have the bottom lane fort demolished by Cats on My Keyboard. Great fight to watch there. Looks like US Army Esports just a little bit disjointed in that fight, with Leoric kind of being in the opposite side of the fight, not really able to enter into it and help them out, so the Entomb didn't get much value. All right. 1 altar each, but 29 to 27 for Cats on My Keyboard based on having that bottom fort. We're going to get a response over here at the bottom from US Army Esports, but now we have sappers pushing top lane and all members, 4 members of Cats on My Keyboard pushing into these towers in the top. Leoric is not going to be able to defend this fort. Bottom fort goes down. They may have to rotate out of here before they can get this fort. It might just be worth it to sacrifice for it, honestly. And there it is. And Koala gets out of there before the Entomb whiffs. And Badger gets isolated by a solid Junkrat ward, followed by his bomb to knock him off of there. US Army Esports looking to get a little aggressive here. Badger jumps in, gets the Cocoon out onto Brightwing. She might have to be saved by the... teleports out of there, no problems. And all members of all teams disengage. Riptire available as well as Leap. Cocoon is down. Go for the Throat is down. Should have a little bit of an advantage here, at least ult-wise, for Cats on My Keyboard. A lot of experience here in the bottom lane. All right, all right. Cats on My Keyboard once again looking to pressure this camp here, making US Army Esports have to make a decision. Do we defend the camp or do we defend the altar with Brightwing down here? Stun chain misses on Brightwing, and they're going to be able to pick up the camp and start pressuring for this altar. Greymane goes out onto Koala, who's able to get out of there unscathed. Sapper's being taken out by Leoric. But Cats on My Keyboard are just kind of scaring these guys off. Blessed Shield goes out, followed by the Leap, and then Riptire. 3 members down at 10% health, but then Li Ming on Heathcliff is able to take out the Sonya. PJ Red just wreaking havoc in there. Greymane jumps onto the Ghost. Is he going to be able to get out of there with about no health? Is he going to get Brightwing to help him out? Polymorph should come out onto Greymane as Tychus starts pushing out damage. They are able to pick up the altar, and they're going to disengage without losing further members as Sonya is back up in 10 seconds. 29 to 23 core health, and now we're getting some pressure down here in the bottom lane by US Army Esports, who are not going out without a fight. This is a great match. I will say Heathcliff is relatively unchallenged, just kind of flanking his orbs all game long. No one's really focusing on him at all.
What? I mean, I know I could do that. I've opened my tunnel as well.
All right, tunnel is open, and that is going to make all the difference for these teams. US Army Esports 5-man push here in the mid lane. Getting a possible flank by Cats. Nope. And that Junkrat being a great pick here, kind of sussing out all those bushes, preventing the Greymane blowups that we're seeing in the first match. All right, pressure here in the bottom lane by Cats on My Keyboard, seeing if they can focus on this bottom tower or fort. Stun goes out onto Chelsea. Newbrat gets polymorphed before he can get further CC out, and Cats escapes with all members. 3 altar phase. We'll see what what the game plan here is. Even if Cats gives up 2 of these, they're still in decent shape. Might tie it up, actually. Yep. No, still going to be 21-19 for Cats on my keyboard. Fight breaking out here. Nubrak stun misses. Leoric getting in there for the Entomb. Gets the 3-man. Junkrat gets out of there. But Greymane just putting out massive damage onto Chelsea. And now Fracture's got to be careful because he's in... Oh, the leap miss for Sonya. And Fracture's going to get out of there with all his health. Massive damage coming out from Li Ming. Orb resets, orb resets, orb resets. Camp stolen by U.S. Army Esports. And momentum's starting to shift over in their favor. We are able to kill one of the sappers. Possibly another one. Army Esports picks up the other sapper camp on their side of the map, and they're just going to continue to... oh, Greymane's going to split push, put some pressure here in the mid lane, get some experience. Works towards level 20. And they might be putting pressure here on the middle fort. Sonya not quite wanting to get her nose into that business. Blessed Shield out onto 4 members. Punish, leap, kill onto Greymane. More kills to be hunted for. Polymorph out onto Simeon as he escapes to the south. And a great chain CC kill. That's why I love Blessed Shield, because it can just initiate so many good chain CCs. Especially when teams are running away like that. Follow up with the Sonya. Love it. 2 altar phase. Looks like we're going to get both over to Cats on my keyboard, as Greymane was lost on an inopportune time. Let's see if Cats realizes they're on this boss. There's only going to be 3 of them. Oh, U.S. Army Esports pushes off of it. And now they're going to try to take it. And this could be dangerous for both teams. If an Entomb comes out, we could be in bad shape. And Cats are able to scare off as Greymane is still down. They're saying, thanks for the damage on the boss. We'll take it. And now we're looking at 21-7 for Cats on my keyboard. U.S. Army Esports got to make some moves if they want to see themselves losing in Game 3. They don't want that to happen. Sappers picked up here in the top lane by the blue team. Those cool cats and kittens. Pressure down here in the bottom lane. This is the kind of move that can win you this map. But we are going to see a response in the top lane. Shrink's taking a lot of damage from Tychus. He may not make it out of there. Yep, he's able to get enough healing on PJ Red. Chelsea taking a ton of damage from the tower, and we do see an exchange of towers. Greymane getting cheeky. Very aggressive kill. I'm sure Junkrat thought, no way in hell am I going to die here. And now we see the middle tower or fort taken down by U.S. Army Esports. So this is the kind of thing on this map that can snowball very poorly for you. That tower is going to be not quite there yet. She may have to leap out of here, unfortunately. Yep. That tower starts to do damage on members of Cats, and they're going to have to disengage smartly. Oh, that orb max range just taking, you know. Oh, Simeon able to get the Ancestral out just in the nick of time before he's removed from the map. And now we see U.S. Army Esports picking up several shots to bring it to an 11-7 match. This is about as close as you get on this map. We do have a slight advantage. Nope. All tied up with towers based on the top lane. Momentum has slightly shifted over to the side of U.S. Army Esports. And now we're getting down to the wire. You'd hate to see these sappers get marched into the bottom lane. Yeah, they don't plan on letting that happen. They may not have a choice. Let's see if we get an aggressive engage here. Joanna having none of that, not letting those sappers get anywhere near. The silencing entomb comes out, but they're able to escape out of there as Leoric just need to take one step further up to prevent them from leaving. Sleep goes out onto Greymane, who gets deleted. Koala's also getting very low. Simeon is able to get Shrinks out of there with a little bit of health. But it is 1 kill to none for Cats on my keyboard. Single shrine available. And looks like Cats are going to say, screw the fort. Let's make sure that we're in position to go for this altar. Greymane's still down for 30 seconds. Oh, Simeon. Oh, the blind misses. That is case in point why you make sure you select quick cast on release. Because that was a literal pixel away from delaying the shot. 7-7, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3. Tychus has got to watch out here. Oh, he's done. No way. Brightwing going to help him? Oof. That last second turnaround saved him. Greymane was in the top, so the burst damage wasn't quite there. Okay. I'm just wondering if this is going to come down to a boss fight. PJ Red posturing, possible blessed shield engage, but nothing doing. We'll see if we get a camp invade here. No Greymane, so they're going to back off. Like to see Cats maybe push, but they're not quite. Oh, they know Greymane's middle. Greymane coming in from the side. Silencing Entomb comes out. This might be bad news bears. Riptire goes out on the Greymane. Oh my gosh, Brightwing saves Ghost just in the nick of time. 3-man condemn. Oh, Koala and PJ Red getting super low. Huge orb out onto Apple as Heathcliff, full health, almost full mana, just sitting on the side, just lobbing in orbs like it's his job, which it is, in case you were wondering. All right, Fracture comes in to try to interrupt this. Koala getting low. Ancestral goes out onto Shrinks. Koala's super low. Oh, it's the AoE Ancestral. There's the resets. This may be the end of the fight for Cats on my keyboard. Silencing Entomb, another reset orb. We're going to see a follow-up. PJ Red goes down. Level 20 procs. 2 health on the core for Cats on my keyboard. And if we see a boss engage by Greymane, that's going to be it for US Army Esports. I don't know if he can survive this. Nope. Oh, that hurts. However, 3 members are up for US Army Esports. The only way I see this working is if Ghost is able to get the Junkrat bomb of the year, which he's posturing. Riptire comes out. Oh, and finally Heathcliff says that's enough of that. And there you have it, folks. What an effort. 4 shots going over the core. And GG's. US Army Esports pulls out the miraculous come-from-behind victory on Towers of Doom as they selected it, and they knew that it was going to end just like that. Check out our final stats here. Chelsea leading the way for the blue team with 85,000 damage. And Li Ming Heathcliff 5-0. Didn't die, 98,000. No one stopping him. And that was an insane final 3 minutes of the game. Pretty awesome. GG's. I'm working on seeing if we can get a post-game interview set up for U.S. Army Esports. Stand by for that, and we'll get the thoughts inside the minds of a soldier fresh off of the victory. Right. We'll see who we have joining us here in a few seconds. While
hello.
Hello. Who do we have with us?
This is Fracture.
Fracture. How you feeling? That was an intense final battle there.
Yeah, dude. Our hearts are pumping for sure. That was a little bit of a grinder. That was painful, but I think it was really really hard fought on both teams. That whole game on Towers just now was like super back and forth. It felt like both teams. Um, yeah, I can't even. I'm lost for words right now.
Yeah,
But
there was
very very good games. We've fought them for years now. I love fighting Comcast. I love seeing them.
yeah, they've got
It's
do you guys
okay.
play them in the playoffs last season, correct?
We did, and I think they beat us actually in playoffs.
Oh, nice. So
Um,
you got a little revenge there.
so it's funny. We actually, I think most of the time in the regular season we do beat them, and then the playoffs they beat us.
Yeah,
Um,
they're hustling there.
but
What's going on?
definitely a team we fought a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and right now give a shout out to Ghost. We talked about Junkrat. I didn't
Yeah.
ban it. He made me regret that. So I'll go ahead and let him know right now. Like that was he played his ass off in the last game as Junkrat. But overall, it was a really really fun series. I thought they did great. I think game two could have gone a little better for us. I think we actually kind of messed up the drafts a little bit, so I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. But overall, I think it was a really really fun competitive series. I love facing Comk whenever we get the chance.
Yeah, that was a fun game to watch and cast. Talk a little bit about your Greymane play. So they banned out Greymane on second match. They were like, we're not having him just freely run around and get no deaths and 8 kills. Were you surprised they let him sneak through in this third game?
Um, Once they locked the Junkrat, no, I was not surprised they let it go because I figured what they were gonna try to do was bait me into playing it.
Right.
Um, on game two, I think with the amount of squishing like in their comp with their mobility, Greymane's like the number one threat to them. So I think it was pretty clear they had to ban it. I don't think they had another choice.
Yeah.
But I kind of knew I was getting baited on the third draft. Like they
Yeah.
wanted me to take the Greymane. I knew they wanted to see like the Junkrat Greymane matchup, knowing it's not in my favor. But I kind of it wasn't so much an ego check as like this is still the right pick. I'm just gonna have to be aware, you know. I still ended up uh 5 deaths, but it meant that Ming had no deaths, so I was okay with that.
Yeah,
I still was
that was
able to
very
like turn a
nice.
lot of the fights and still pull kills on a lot of the fights.
We have to clip that kill you had on Junkrat deep in the territory where he was probably like, "Oh, I'm for sure safe," and then you dive on him and just blow him up. That was great.
Yeah, in the moment, I was definitely screaming at the top of my lungs. But it's just one of those things like just Gray versus Junkrat. Gray's still an assassin with dive. He's still gonna like take you in a 1v1. It's just when it's a 5v5 is when it becomes very difficult for me to approach. Those little traps like walking around chasing everyone are always in the way.
Yeah, it's very
Um,
annoying.
but overall, I was really happy with how the games went.
Yeah, you
I
guys
think
played great. Talk a little bit about the substitution you made there. Heathcliff just went unchecked that whole game. No, like I don't even know if he took any damage. He was just lobbing orbs like it was his job.
Yeah. So Sanger and Surefire, two of our DPS are our sustained damage players for the most part, and Heath is our biggest like burst mage, burst damage player. I kind of flex between the two a little bit. I flex a lot, but I think Heath is like our number one mage player, and I felt like we needed to take away the Ming because if they remove Greymane, as you saw in game two, there was just no answer for Ming. There was no way for us to actually do anything to her because no one can reach her.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and Gray's pretty much her number one counter because he can follow her through teleports, through anything.
Yeah. That's
Similar to Lunara versus Gray. So I was happy to bring Heath in. Um, and kind of turn the Ming right back on them. Like it's actually really funny. They had similar stat lines. I think they were both 5-0 with
yeah.
about 100k uh, between them in both games. So Ming is just really strong if she's unchecked. If she's
Yeah.
unchecked.
It's hard to deal with. You bring up a good point that a lot of newer players don't quite understand. Is sometimes you don't necessarily have to ban a hero to keep the other team from playing them. You can just play them yourself, right? So very good strategy there. Talk a little bit about this Army Esports deal, dude. I'm an Air Force guy, so how do you like in Army Esports? You got any shout outs or anything that you want to get out there for your organization?
I mean, well, of course, I will definitely shout out USAE in general. It's a great program. We have teams across like multiple titles, especially all big name titles. Um, really happy that the Army's allowed us to play under their name and have always supported us in whatever we need. So definitely a big shout out to them, all the mods, all the staff, all the way up to Big Army, and it's a nice way for us to. It's really nice to be in a team full of military people. There are certain
Yeah.
ways that we can talk and be very direct without offending, because we're all just used to that, like in our daily lives. So, um, really good like in communication as well with like me shot calling. I don't have to like They actually it's actually funny, they tell me not to over explain a lot of the times because people are used to following orders, so it's like
Right.
it's made us very quick to react and quick to, change plans, especially on, like, the if you saw on the first map, like, as soon as something happens, like, we're moving to the next thing, and that kinda comes from, like, the comm structure being military, but
Yeah, the clear, concise, correct comm that you're used to working with, and then not to mention, like you said, the constructive criticism that you can easily offer each other without hurting feelings.
definitely. And I mean, there's always gonna be a line, like, don't
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
always
yeah.
a line to be careful of and everything like that, but no one on the team is that kind of person. I'm really happy with the group of people we got. Honey Badger, our newest player, that was his second official NGS match ever, second competitive MOBA play ever, and I think he
Nice.
did an amazing job. Really proud of him. We picked him up for this season, um, and we were a little worried because like he was so new to us, but he's really filling it in really well. His comms are getting there. He's playing the right tanks, and I think he's really become like a pretty core part of how our team operates. So I definitely want to shout him out. I think he did a great job tonight, especially on the Anubarak with the cocoons in games one and three.
Yeah,
Um,
Anduin was not happy game one after getting cocooned every single team fight.
yeah, Anduin's one of those characters that's like it feels like it's not strong until he pulls someone away from your pick target, you know?
Right.
But it
Yeah.
like and then it's like, "Oh, okay, he's not he's back to being weak again," and then light bomb hits. So, like, it's kinda weird because he doesn't seem like his base kit really isn't necessarily that strong, it's just his trait and his ult.
Yeah.
But I think Apple did a really good job with some of his pulls. He did save some people from us. Um, multiple times I had to dive really hard to catch people when I was playing Gray in the game ones, but, I think their whole team did really good. Um, definitely a fun team to fight. Especially Ghost. Love fighting Ghost. I love seeing Ghost. Every time I see him, every time I get to fight him, it's a good time.
That's
So
awesome. That's cool camaraderie that we have in this little organization called NGS, man. Well,
yes, sir.
congratulations. It was great to watch, great to cast, and I'd love to do it again if you guys meet up in the future. I'll give you the floor for the next however long you want to talk, and talk to your mom or wave hi, whatever you want to do.
Always shout out to mom. Shout out to God. Thank you to my team. We have a lot of scheduling conflicts, so I appreciate everyone's flexibility. Uh, Thank you again to the Army. Thank you to NGS. Thank you to you for casting. We do appreciate it,
Yeah, man.
especially since this game was pretty last second. We had a little bit of scheduling conflicts pop up due to some Army field exercises and just trying to manage a team that's like for us, we're spread across the entire nation. Like we are on both coasts. I'm in Hawaii,
Yeah, we're the
so we're
same
all
on
over
my
the
team.
place.
Yeah.
So it's tricky doing the scheduling, but everyone's been really flexible. So I want to say a big thank you to my teammates for making sure like practices still happen, making sure matches happen, and extend that to the families of my teammates, especially wives and kids, um, putting up with me demanding time from the team. So it's just been a really good program to be a part of. Definitely happy to continue for our now, I think, fourth season of NGS, fourth or fifth. But yeah, that's about all I had. Thank you.
Cool, man. You guys stay safe, and thank you for doing what you do. And we will see you next time. And good luck in the future.
Thank you, sir. Absolutely. Good luck
See-
to you, and thanks for the cast again.
Yep. See you, homie. Well, there you have it, folks. You heard from Fracture. He's feeling pretty good, riding that post-game high as we saw a crazy 3-game series. Also, congratulations to Cats on My Keyboard. They played 3 outstanding games and lost literally as close of a match as you can get. I was wondering if we would see something really cool with that Junkrat there at the end. But like I said, NGS is chock full of this awesome gameplay that you're missing out on if you're not watching these streams. So shout out to all the casters in NGS and give those guys some love if you can, as it's fun. It's just a hobby, and they're putting their time in to try to make this thing really cool. So with that, I'd like to thank all of you for joining me tonight, and I will use this opportunity to let you know that you can follow me on Twitter at __stroke, as well as watch me stream from time to time at twitch.tv/theStroke. Do Destiny, cast NGS games, play Heroes of the Storm, and plan on getting into the streaming business a little bit more. I also like to shout out my podcast I do with my buddy Swiftmeda and I'm Pickle Matt. Like I said earlier in the cast, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Time, we talk video games, whether that be industry, game releases, game reviews, things that we've been playing, and then we also hit a major topic of the week, whether that be mental health and gaming, parenting and gaming, console history of arcades, all that kind of stuff. We find something to talk about every week. Last week we talked about toxicity in gaming and had a fun little conversation. So join us live every Sunday on that channel, or you can hear it at on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. That's One More Game Podcast. All right, I will leave you with one final thought before we get out of here. Just because you have to grow up doesn't mean you have to stop gaming. Game on, gamers. Hit that follow button if you liked what you saw and heard tonight, and we will see you next time in the Nexus. Take it easy.